This is an update video. Finally got the engine in, as you can see. It's been about 3 days, 4 days since I put it in. But I put the wiring harnesses on, the lower one, the one that goes from the battery terminal to the starter. Power steering hoses are on. Got all that good. Intercooler reservoir is right here. The coolant reservoir would be right here. This is my intercooler pump wiring. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up off of a toggle switch or a fuse that would be like a fuse, like a radio fuse or something that's only has power when the key is in or an accessory mode or on. That way, if I'm at the track, I can, instead of turning the car off and the pumps stop pumping fluid through the system, then I'm going to have the engine off, but the key on. That way, I'm just pumping coolant through the whole system, non-stop pumping, to try to reduce the amount of heat soak that the supercharger will have. So, just an idea. It doesn't matter how I do it. I'm going to do it one of those two ways. But the this is my Sodahead cooling mod. This is the finished product, I guess. I did this in another video, or I showed what I did in another video. I'll put some pictures. I'm going to put, at the very end of the video, I'm going to put pictures of stuff that I couldn't show as good over the video. I'm just going to do it as pictures, but this is the stock hose that goes from that tube. It doesn't go through the T. It does now, but it didn't before. It goes into the heater core, out of the heater core to the water pump. And then over here, same setup. I can't show you, so I'm just going to do a picture at the very end. This is the GR valve. I'll do a picture of that, showing the clearance, the amount of space between the firewall that I have, because that is one concern. When doing the cooling mod, everybody says, "Oh, you're not going to clear the firewall. You're not going to clear the firewall." I bent mine, but I didn't bend it a whole lot. I mainly just bent it up here so that I could reduce this gap. And I really didn't bend it all that much because it's still actually hitting the, you'll be able to see it. It's hitting at the very bottom, which means that I didn't move it at all down here. So, it's kind of hard to explain. But transmission needs to go on tomorrow, along with the flywheel and pressure plate and all that. The booster pump has been wired up. Now it's a Kinney Bell booster pump wired into the ignition, or not the ignition, inertia cutoff switch. And basically what this does is these two wires are going to go to the front of the car and hook up to a boost/vac. So it's going to see either boost or vacuum, whichever kind of switch you have. I have a 3 psi boost switch, so as soon as that switch sees 3 psi, it's going to send a signal through the wires telling the booster pump to turn on. As soon as the booster pump turns on, it's going to send, this is a 20 amp booster pump, so I believe it would send 20 amps to the fuel pump. So it basically kicks it into overdrive, supplying a lot more fuel at wide open throttle, which is what you want. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to have some pictures at the very end, but that's it.